Rufus Busquet says if Prime Minister Stephenson King is willing to fight all his elected representatives for the sake of Osbert Dovey, he will be fighting a losing battle. The Choiseul MP says St. Lucians are aware of the Economic Planning Minister's record of handling crisis and debt. Busquet is applauding the Dennery North MP, saying Marcus Nicholas must live with his conscience and is accountable to his constituents. He says most of government's policy is driven by Dovey, whose dominant personality is evident wherever he goes. Busquet says these policies are not in the best interest of St. Lucia, and if Dovey is getting in the way of national development, he must go.
If Mr. Dovey, who is an unelected member, is moving this government in a direction which is inimical to the well-being of the average St. Lucian, I believe we have a duty as representatives of the people to stand up and fight those policies. And Mr. Dovey, as a personality, is getting in the way of where we want to take our government and the manner in which we want to fulfill our promises to the people of this country. And as such, Mr. Dovey has to go.
The demands for Dovey's sacking by government MPs follow numerous calls for his resignation by the opposition. Busquet says it is a public appeal that reflects long-standing disgruntlement among cabinet members. He says Dovey's presence in cabinet has been seen as problematic for a long time, but MPs have had it. The Choiseul representative says last week's budget was the last straw, and the focus and pressure must now be placed on the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister did not speak with any conviction when he presented that budget. The Prime Minister seemed to be going through a very laborious process of reading something which he didn't seem to know anything about. And as far as I'm concerned, that's not good enough. As the Prime Minister of this country, I supported him to be Prime Minister. Marcus Nicholas supported him to be Prime Minister. And he can't run around and beat his chest and talk about his constitutional authority. His constitutional authority was bestowed upon him by us. And if we feel that he is not doing what's in the best interest of the country, then we have to act in the best interest of the country, wherever that may lead us.
Busquet says the Prime Minister is no longer the man he voted into the second highest office in the country, and the United Workers' Party is unstable. He says if the party fails to get its act together soon, it does not stand a chance at the next general election.
It's like any cricket team, you know, if you're losing and losing and losing and things are going wrong, what do? You change the captain, you get some new people on board, you start all over again, and you try and see if you can you can re-establish some confidence on the part of your supporters. That's what you want to do. I mean, look, the fact of the matter is the Prime Minister is in a situation now where his budget is widely disregarded by the country. The country has completely disavowed itself of this budget. They don't believe in it. They don't think it's the right time. They don't think it's the right thing to do. Now, if you as a government are going to insist on implementing a budget which your country has repudiated, then you're asking for trouble.
The Choiseul MP says the most generous option the Prime Minister has is to offer a consultancy to Dovey. He says if the Prime Minister continues to ignore demands for the minister's sacking, the options to MPs are varied, but none of them will serve the best interest of the party. Alison Kentish, HTS News, Channel 4.